Tomb of the Spider Queen. I love that sound when you come into draft. It makes me happy. So happy. All right, so TNG was not here last week. So nobody really got to scout, but they were in HCC Open Division. So if you watched any of the Open Division, you definitely caught some of their games. Or maybe you caught them, maybe not. They got to the round of 8. Nice ended up beating them and knocking them out. So we have them versus the Hateful 5. Hateful 5, this is their first week in Helix Gamers League. And they get first ban, first pick. So if you're them, let's just put you in their mind, Mystic. What are you picking? What are you banning first? Do you think Ragnaros is that crazy good that you'd ban him first?
I think he's that crazy good because when you go, when you try to go past like any forts, there's always the danger of just Ragnaros, Molten Core, and then just wipe your entire team.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So yeah, all right. So we get a quick Ragnaros ban. And on the side of TNG, I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff that they can go with here. There's like, they could ban the Murky. Murky's pretty strong.
Murky is strong. But you have to, I feel like Murky's a wasted ban if you don't know the other team plays Murky.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's like, just ban a meta ban, I guess.
Right? And just stick to a meta ban and see what happens. I mean, that's probably what I would do here. Yeah.
TAS is a good ban.
TAS is a great ban. TAS is pretty strong if the other team knows how to use him, especially with Archon doing crazy amount of damage at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so winner of this game is going to move on to play Helix Esports next, who we just saw play Blackheart's Bay a few minutes ago. And first pick can set the tone for your entire draft, right? First ban is, I want to get this out of the way. I don't want to face it. First pick really can set the tone for your draft and what you think is important and what the other team from that point on might be looking to ban on you.
Yeah, you could choose something like Malf, ETC. Those are all solid first picks. I mean, the Murky's open if you do have a Murky player. Varian's open.
All right, ETC.
Yeah, picking up ETC doesn't really reveal anything. It's like, hey, we pick up a strong tank,
Right.
but we're not showing our hand.
Guess what? All I did was pick up a strong meta tank.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, now on TNG, you see this meta tank, and you're like, well, they just picked it up. We could just pick up some other strong meta picks. They could pick up Malfurion or like Artanis or something like that.
They could. They absolutely could. It'll be interesting to see where they go, which direction they go with this.
I mean, they could also even pick up Li Ming if they wanted.
Ooh.
Varian Tychus.
Varian Tychus. That's interesting. I like that. Varian has great lockdown. Tychus, great damage, and does a pretty good job clearing the wave.
Yeah, picking up the Tychus, just see that they can't go like an Artanis after that, or they can. It's just that it would be more disadvantageous too because
Right.
TNG already has the Tychus.
Right. Yeah, at this point, do you really want to go double tank? I mean, this even puts pressure on you picking up a Sonya here. Because do you want to put Sonya and ETC to stand right in front of Tychus?
Yeah.
Probably not the best of situations to be in.
I think a Malf wouldn't be a bad pickup here because Malf has cleanse and he's a pretty meta healer. Yeah, there's the
Valid
Malf.
Malf.
Follow. You see that they picked up a DPS tank healer. I guess do you ban a mage here? Do you ban Li Ming if you're not gonna pick it?
Probably, because at this point they haven't really shown you much of a comp other than, hey, we're sticking to pretty much meta picks, right? Val is super strong right now. ETC is strong. Malfurion's super strong right now. So there's, it's just meta picks. They haven't said, hey, we're definitely going this direction for what we're doing. So yeah, I kind of like banning maybe the Li Ming, maybe the Gray Main that they're showing right now. Maybe even a Jaina. Jaina ETC is really strong.
I think they should ban like one of the 3 mages, Gul'dan.
Ooh, I didn't think of Gul'dan. Gul'dan would have been a great ban.
Yeah,
Gul'dan
or KT or Li Ming. I think they should have banned one of those personally, but they decided to ban the Gray Main instead.
Curse Bullet can do a ton of damage against beefy characters.
I mean, it does a ton of damage versus not beefy characters too. It's just 35% current health, just into anything.
Right. So it's a ton of damage to anything. And Rhaegar taking away another great healer from TNG. Oh boy! Oh, that's why you don't want Greymane on the other side of that table.
Yeah, they pick up the Cho'Gall, and this is really good because they already had the Tychus. They already took that counter away. It's really bad if Hateful 5 decide to take Oriole here, but they do pick up the Leoric just for like the takeaway. So they can't really pick Oriole, but they do pick up the Leoric for more percentage damage. I actually might pick up the Kharazim here first. I haven't decided yet.
Full damage Kharazim?
He still heals too, like even though he goes full damage.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm just saying like don't pick up any of the healing talents, right? Like the dash cleanse is fine, right? Because that's like a freebie on 16. But pick up all of the damage talents.
Yeah. At 16, I'd pick Wave 100 Fists, but they pick Jaina instead.
Is that where it is? Is Wave 100 Fists on 16? I was trying to decide.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I bet I think an Oriole here.
Yeah, we know that it's Oriole. It's almost 100% sure that it's gonna be Oriole.
But what if it isn't? I'm just saying.
Then I'll be surprised.
What if it's not? Oh, I love casting Cho'Gall games. It makes me happy. It is interesting to see Varian with the Cho'Gall. I guess the lockdown. I mean, you never don't want lockdown, right? So I could see that working out quite nicely. I was surprised to see a Varian with a Cho'Gall, but it should work out. It can work out.
What else would it be besides Oriole? Would it be like Uther or something?
I don't know. I mean, they were thinking about that for a while. All right, so we have our draft.
Oh, maybe they're thinking about the Kharazim.
Maybe they were. Kharazim could work. Not as well as Oriole because Oriole Cho'Gall is like nigh unstoppable. And the Tychus takeaway, instead of having to ban Tychus, works out quite nicely as well. So, I like this. This is a good draft. I like this. The Hateful 5 staying very, very meta pick. But all right. So for the Hateful 5, we have Elfray on the Malfurion, Targaryen on the Vala, the Joker on Leoric, Korisu on the Jaina, and Lehes on the ETC.
And for TNG, we have Stu Manchu on Cho, Grim on Gaul, Asusake on Varian, Ataro on Tychus, and Dayuni on Oriole.
Are we going to see, I think it's going to be Stu Mim is what we're going to end up with?
Stu Mim.
Stu Mim.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Stu Mim. And I'm going to go with that means stupid human, just because we know how Cho'Gall feels about humans. So, yeah, let's, from a lore point of view, though, having Varian on a team with Cho'Gall is, like, breaking my brain right now. But...
Hey, maybe those, what is it? Maybe the Legion is invading or something, and Cho'Gall wants to help out so that the world doesn't get blown up.
But I feel like during... I can't remember which expansion it was. Cho'Gall was on the side of let's destroy the world.
I think that was because they were an apprentice to Gul'dan, and Gul'dan served the Legion, right? And then so once they got enough power, they broke away from Gul'dan, and I thought they just did like whatever they wanted to, or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I could. Yeah.
I didn't play like a lot of Legion. I played a little bit, so.
Well, the problem is I haven't played any Legion, so I don't know what's going on with Cho'Gall. But I'm thinking like 3 expansions ago, when Cho'Gall was the last boss in one of the raids. It was the Deathwing expansion. All right, and Stu Manchu in Twitch chat telling us Stu Rim is indeed correct. Oh, no, I was going Stu Mim, but Stu Rim is actually sounds like way better, honestly. Stu Rim is Stu Rim is that, my friend. All right. So, let's just get all this set up and transition into the nice display, and there we go. Oop, we got a DC. Somebody in the game will have to pause it because as an observer, Mystic and I do not have that ability. You know what? I didn't even look. Did it end up being Stu Rim? It did end up being Stu Rim. That's awesome.
It just shows how much they play Cho'Gall, right? To know that it's already Stu Rim.
Already it was Stu Rim? Yeah. Alright, here we go. So we are going to get the 5-man in the middle party. Looks like Leoric is still DC'd and neither team wants a pause. That could be just because he's already reconnecting. But Stu Rim, like, filling Oriel's bar, like, instantly. Taking a lot of damage, though, but filling that bar pretty quickly. Leoric might be staying a little too long in there. Yep, and that's going to be a dead Leoric. All right,
dead bot Leoric.
Dead bot Leoric. I expect to see... All right, Ataro on the Tychus is going bottom. And we're going to see a 4-man rotation from TNG going mid-top while Tychus solos that bottom lane. Are we going to see... Oh, that's a... That's a aggressive rotation. Asusaki getting in there. So far, Tychus is solo bot lane by himself. Stu Rim taking a lot of damage on that Cho'Gall, but is able to escape. And both Ariel and Varian are going to survive, so the rotations continue on the side of TNG.
Yeah, you're going to want to be really careful on the Cho'Gall, even with the Oriel, until Oriel hits, I believe, 7 and gets Bursting Light.
So,
which reduces W cooldown by 2 seconds.
Right, and that was interesting. ETC actually stayed mid lane while the other 3 members of the Hateful 5 rotated up. So not quite doing a full rotation. Tychus has been solo bottom this entire time, giving them about half a level lead for TNG. Tychus, or I'm sorry, Leoric was solo top lane and got rotated on, took a lot of damage. So it looks like we have counter rotations going here. We have TNG doing mid-top, and we have the Hateful 5 thinking about doing mid-bottom? It's hard to tell because they don't have their whole team, or they don't even have 4 people doing the rotation. So it's hard to tell if they're actually rotating or if they're leaving people in lane. Cho'Gall taking a little bit of damage, but nothing that Ariel can't keep healed up yet. And there's their level 4s. Varian did go High King's Quest here. That's an interesting choice for me.
High King's Quest.
And Ariel going damage for her... Yeah, for both of her 1 and 4 talents. That could be normal, though. I'm not sure. I just don't play enough Oriel to actually answer that question. Wow, so they have soaked all of the ammo out of the top towers for the Hateful 5. And while I'm watching the top lane, it looks like Tychus may have picked off Jaina in the bottom lane. So, okay then. The Hateful 5 needs to find a way to rotate differently, because the lack of rotation is actually hurting them. They are a full level behind right now, and that's going to hurt, especially when we get closer to 10. Cho'Gall finishing off the top wall of the Hateful 5 to give Helix an advantage. Both teams about even on gems, though.
Vala going full auto attack build just for the Manticore at 16, I'm sure.
Tychus took about half. She put a lot of damage into Tychus just now. He took about half of his health bar's damage, but just retreats behind his wall and decides, I'm going to chill here and wait for the spiders to come to me. Meanwhile, Varian doing a pretty good job holding the middle lane, and Cho'Gall Oriole just doing Cho'Gall things top lane. The Fountain is now down top lane, so they're actually doing a lot of work top lane against the Hateful 5.
Cho'Gall now has like twice as much tankiness thanks to Bursting Light.
Yeah. That's is that half cooldown, I think? No, 2 seconds.
Yeah, it goes from 4 to 2.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
Pretty insane.
How do you kill a Cho'Gall now? You don't. Vala already being back, and Malfurion did pick up. Tychus picked off Jaina again while we were watching Type. But Malfurion did go Mule there. And I think TNG really wants this top fort. Probably before turn-in. They do have enough for turn-in, and they're not going to quite get it. So the question is, are they going to turn in or wait? Most of those gems are on the Cho'Gall. Both teams have gotten to 7. Leoric going all Drain Hope talents. And there we go.
I can see why, because he really wants to kill the Cho'Gall with that.
And Cho'Gall did finish off that top fort, so it looks like now we're gonna start seeing turn-ins from TNG. Varian getting caught here. He's not gonna die because he's facing. He might now. Vala rolled in, and putting a lot of damage on him, but Ariel able to heal up. Tychus getting involved, and we have a little skirmish. This should be a dead Malfurion here.
And
and a dead ETC. Yeah, the follow-up there as well. And a turn-in. So on 10, a level and a half advantage and a turn-in. And nobody was able to pick up all those gems that just dropped. So that's nice. That was a lot of value for TNG. I'm curious to see what Varian goes here at 10. He does go taunt. Okay. And with the top lane already cleared of a fort, they're gonna work this middle fort down and give TNG a huge advantage here. The spider is gonna land, and there's gonna be no fort to kill. It's gonna go straight into the tower and look at the wall. Oh, there's the charge. No taunt follow up though, so ETC is gonna get away with his life. A stun onto the Jaina. And TNG's still pushing this middle lane. Up, Odin is coming out, and here comes the big damage, boys. They want this mid fort, or this mid keep wall, and they may actually get the mid keep. That's a ton of damage onto Jaina, and she's dead. Vala's pretty low. If we could get another Cho'Gall little rolling bomb, that could be a dead Vala as well. But she's able to be back. Ooh, that was a lot of value on the Cho'Gall heroic. Oh man, what's that one called? The Shadow Bolt Volley. 2 for the price of 1. And Vala, the spider. No way. Are they gonna try? I mean, potentially they could finish here, but that's really risk. 13 versus 9 though. That's a huge advantage. Leoric taunted in the back and locked down for a second. That's going to be a dead ETC with that Tychus damage coming out. And Cho'Gall just zoning in the very back. I mean, this could be the end. I don't know that they're going to be able to push TNG off this
fort.
The
Mule value.
Yeah, but even with Mule, look at Tychus is just going crazy. Yeah, that's a dead core. That's going to be GG. Wow. I think that might have been the quickest game you and I have cast for Helix Gamers League. In 8:32 Temple of Spider Queen for TNG. With a Cho'Gall, no less.